This is just a setup for the Draeger V500. Before you put any patient circuit on, you obviously need to fit the flow sensor and also the expiration arm. For the V500, this is the expiration arm that you need, the one with the water trap at the bottom. It's really important when you get it out of the packet that you make sure that this little valve is connected onto the back. The way I remember it is that the water trap is always facing down, and this little blue connector here is where your flow sensor is going to be coming in, and your actual flow sensor will sit in here. So on the front of the port there is two padlocks, one with an unlock symbol and one with a lock symbol, and on the actual valve is an arrow. So if you push it in first, if you put the arrow to the unlock, turn it to the right, you'll hear a click and it's then locked in place. The flow sensor for the V500 is always this blue one, and the same thing, you've got two open ends and the pins. So the pins will actually go into the ventilator, you push it in and then you'll connect it into the arm, and you'll feel it, there'll be resistance once it's in place. This flap can then be closed down. Connecting the humidified circuit, it's really important when you take everything out of the packet that you don't actually spike the water until you've put the tubing through its checks, because if not it's going to fail. So keep everything sealed until you've actually put the ventilator through its checks and it's passed, and then you can spike your bag. I'm going to connect the water bath to the heater, so push down on the blue bit and it will slide on until it clicks. You've then got a short piece of tubing, so this will connect onto here, and your inspiratory port. You're then going to put either a viral filter or a bacterial filter on the expiration port to protect the ventilator. Then you've got two bits of tubing that will go to the patient. So blue tubing will always go onto the water bath, and the white tubing will connect to the expiration valve. You can then connect your humidifier cables. They come in two pairs. Start with one and get it all into place before putting the other in. So you've got a yellow end here, and you can see you've got a yellow hub on your actual humidifier. Just push and you'll hear a click. On your white tubing you've got a 2-pin, and on this yellow part of the tubing you've also got a double pin, so that will just push into there. And then at the back of your blue you've got a 3-pin, and you've got a 3-pin here, so they will just line up and push in. So that's one cable done. Second cable, so starting at the actual humidifier again, you've got a blue hub and a blue connector. So again, match those up. These blue connectors connect onto this long blue part of the tubing. You've got a connection here. This plastic bit will just come off, it's like a covering. You've got a catch here, and on part of the wires you've got a little lip, so this will push in and the lip will go underneath the catch. You'll hear a click. You'll need a little bit of force to get that one in, and then the rest of this wire will go along the blue tubing. Try and keep it as neat as you can. There's little clear clips that the wire can sit in to keep it nice and neat and untangled. And at the patient end there is this blue port which will come out of the packet like that. This little plastic covering will come off, and this final wire will go in here. At this point you're then ready to put the tubing through its checks. So you're now going to put the ventilator through its checks. To do that, you've got some headings here, one of them being system checks, so you're going to hit that. And then you've got some more tabs down this side. So first of all we're going to put the actual ventilator through its checks, so this would be device check. This should be done before patient use, and if the ventilator has been disconnected from the oxygen inlets and moved into a different bed space, it should really be put through another check. So what we're going to do is just going to start. So we'll hit start and we're going to confirm that by pushing the dial in. All of the instructions come up here, so you can hear an audible alarm, so you'll just hit yes. The breathing circuit connected correctly, as far as we're aware, it looks like it's connected correctly, so we're going to hit yes. The humidifier connected correctly or not in use. Everything, as I say, looks as though it should be connected in the right place, so we'll hit yes. And it's going to say to connect the test lung. Test lung to the patient end of the circuit. I'm just going to hit yes once it's connected. Now this, do you want to calibrate the internal gas supply sensor? This doesn't have to be done every check, but if it does need doing, it will prompt you to tell you that it needs doing. But for the sake of the video, we'll just hit yes. What you want to achieve when you're checking the ventilator is that you want to have all of these circles with a green light in. If there is a red light, it means that something's failed and it needs to be looked at before the patient can be connected. You see that it's then making its way through the rest of the tests. And you're just waiting for all of the green lights to appear in the circle. So once the ventilator has passed all of its checks, you can see there that all of the green lights are in the circles. The next prompt in the instruction panel is that the device check is finished and you can proceed to the breathing circuit check. The breathing circuit check needs to be completed before use and at any point of ventilator tubing change. I'm just going to hit yes. Saying here, make sure no patient is connected. We obviously don't have a patient connected, so we're going to hit start and we're going to confirm it with the rotary knob. Saying to connect the breathing circuit and seal patient connection port and then hit OK. So I'm going to put the bung on the end of the tubing, hit OK. And this is just checking that there's no cracks or leaks within the ventilator tubing. This is the point where it will fail if you've connected your water bath to the bag of water already. The acceptable limit is 300 millilitres per minute. Okay, so the next instruction is to open the connection port. We'll just open it up to air and we're going to hit OK. And that's it. And you've got the instruction there that the breathing circuit check is now finished. So that's the ventilator all ready for patient use. If you go on to the overview here, you'll see that the last device check was completed on today's date and at the same time, and that it was successful. And the last breathing circuit check, also the time and date and the leakage that was within the ventilator tubing.